Alright, morning guys. James here, aka the Pomp, and it's time for another review. So we looked at this company about 2 weeks ago now, and so we're gonna look at another product in the line. So that means today we're gonna be looking at Bona Fide fiber. So you guys will notice that a lot of the water-based companies who release only one product, they are or will start releasing fiber-based pomades. I don't know why, but it's just something that's happening. And honestly, I'm not a fan of fiber pomades like at all. I never had good experiences with them, but I decided, hey, I gotta look at them anyways because I might not prefer them, but hey, a lot of my readers don't style the pompadour in the same way that I do, and so I think it may be good to just go ahead and give them a try and see what they're all about, and maybe you guys can digest more information or more valuable information than I can out of using this. So as you guys can see, it's the same bona fide like type of look to it. Everything's the same minus the fact that now the banner says fiber hold and the jar is now orange color rather than the traditional red they had before. It's still the same 4 ounce jar made in the US, blah blah blah, same idea. And inside now, instead of like a translucent type of like orange color, we now have like a pretty matte orange color, and we got like microcrystals everywhere, which will add a little bit of shine. I mean, it's not glitter, it looks like glitter, but it adds a little bit of shine. Honestly, does it really add that much shine? Not really, but I guess maybe I just don't notice it because it prevents it from being super matte. But anyways, so that's the product, and scooping it out, honestly, the one thing this thing reminded me of scooping out was like J.S. Sloan. I mean, I feel the same way about all the fiber pomades I tried. I'm not sure whether J.S. Sloan is a fiber pomade or not. As far as I'm aware, it's not, but the way this one scoops out and the way any other like fiber pomade I've used scoops out is like exactly the same as scooping out any of their products. Like instead of having like a nice shedding like jello like texture to it, it has this like sticky honey type of texture to it. I mean, as interesting as that is, the stickiness makes it a lot more difficult for me to apply the product. I mean, it's not difficult in general, but for a water-based product of this like caliber, it's a lot difficult than it needs to be. And this is something consistent across all fiber pomades I've tried. But I let my hair be a little more damp than usual today to kind of account for this, and also to kind of test out whether it'll allow me to style a pompadour more nicely in my style with a fiber pomade. So you guys know it's not too bad applying right now. I mean, it's not as smooth as like Admiral or like Steadfast or something like that. Obviously, it's a completely different product. But you guys would notice, I don't know if you guys actually can, got little crystals and glitter on my hands. Don't worry, it wipes off. Not like some girl's gonna grab your hand at school and stare at it and be like, why you got glitter on your hands? So you guys notice what I mean? It's like, it has like a weird honey type of texture to it. And also, by doing this, you'll really see the actual fibers themselves. Because fiber pomade literally has little fibers in it. It's in the name. You guys didn't guess it already. And so at least from the brewers I've spoken with, the purpose of the whole fiber idea is that it allows for like kind of a multi-purpose pomade, and it also allows you to have that I can run my hands through my hair type of feel throughout the day. Have I had that experience with fiber pomades? Not at all. I mean, run my hands through my hair, my ass, dude. Like, literally, this stuff will like just dry like a water base. So imagine running your hands through like some suavecito and just like where you can rip out your hair. But that's the idea behind the fiber pomades. So it's like it allows for a more like loose, free metro type of like pompadour rather than like a very slick and greasy looking one. And so that definitely appeals to some parties like more than the traditional water-based or traditional oil-based products. All right, so now I'm gonna go style my hair. I'll be right back, guys. All right, cool. So I'm done. That was actually pretty damn fast, but I must say that this has been an exceptional lucky morning with this fiber pomade, because I mean I tried it before, it took forever, and many other fiber pomades I've had very little luck styling with them. But it's obviously not the best pompadour ever, but it's the best one I've had with a fiber pomade thus far. I like honestly, if I was constricted to using fiber pomades, I would probably style a different hairstyle. And I'll talk about that at the end. How about I'll talk about it at the end of the day. How about that? So as you guys can see, my sides are held down like pretty okay. The little taper edges are somewhat like rising up. That hasn't been an issue for me with any other products so far, but this fiber pomade and fiber pomades in general are like a medium to light type of product in terms of the hold. So this is expected, and this is better than some of the other things I've seen. The part is nice and ooh, that is a damn nice part. I'm fucking amazing. And the pomp itself is like a okay shave at an average height, and will pass for today. Like I'll go. I gotta go to work. Like it's fine. Whatever. So overall, like yeah, I have a good pompadour. However, the real kind of the real issue here will come in the endurance and the restylability, as I'll talk about it later today. But in terms of the texture, it's like a honey type of texture, which makes application like it's not hard, but it does make it more of a hassle than it needs to be. The scent is a nice. I forgot to say this. The scent is like a nice, stronger orangey, like fresh laundry type of scent to it. So the Bona Fide Superior hold, except kind of like taken up a notch. Really like that. It's really nice, very refreshing. The slickness that's not something. No. Fiber pomades, you're not looking for slickness. You're looking for a loose type of thing. So right now, because I applied it with wet damp hair, which helped out so much, I was able to get like a good amount of slickness. I will lose that during the day. That's something that has been it's like a purpose of the fiber pomade itself. So can't really like argue against that. So slickness isn't there. The shine is, I would still consider this a matte product, especially once it starts drying. And the hold itself is like a medium to lightweight, but the type of hold it gives you is completely different. Like with the other products, the hold, it also gives you a little bit of control, two different things, but that hold is somewhat synonymous with the control, whereas with the fiber pomade, like control and hold are like two completely different things. And honestly, like control, the lack of control is also partly in the purpose of the fiber pomade to kind of allow you to style like a loose type of pompadour. So yeah, so I gotta go to work now, and we'll talk about more about the endurance and like the restylability and like how like, and like the hardness of the pomade in terms of like whether it got super crusty or not. But other than that, so I'll see you guys after work, and peace out for now. Alright, so I'm back from work now. It's about 5:50, so day's over for me. Essentially, I'm just gonna relax now. And that means time to give you guys like an overview of how well the pomade fared throughout the whole day. So I'm a bit confused right now, because in comparison to yesterday when I tried Bona Fide Fiber, I was actually really disappointed at the end of the day once like my hair started like just going crazy. But today I actually did a much better job. Like yeah, we got some sagging. Obviously, it's really hard to come across a pomade that doesn't, but it's still nonetheless like not bad at all, and it did a great job. Kind of just like lasting the whole day. So I mean, only difference I did was apply it with a little more damp of hair. So I would recommend, I guess, keeping your hair a little bit more damp if you intend to style the same type of pompadour you do with any other pomade. So that's that. In terms of the restylability, it's still very difficult to restyle if you're working with like a comb, if you're working with a very tight and slick pompadour, because it's just not meant for that. Other than that, like it did dry, it did get hard, but I would say a notch down from the superior holder and like a notch down from like water-based pomades in general. Like it did dry, it did hard, it did lock in, but it wasn't like a crusty type of feel at all. So that was good. And like, so yeah, overall like this, it's not a bad pomade, not at all. It's actually probably definitely one of the better fiber pomades like I've tried, and that's the only reason why it's actually even showing up here as a review. So I mean, it's got like a very like honey-like texture, which makes it actually difficult for me to apply. Not impossible, but just a bit more of a hassle than it actually needs to be. Well, than I believe it should be. The slickness is not there. Fiber pomades aren't typically known for slickness. That's not the purpose of it. It's meant to style like a loose pompadour, so you don't have the same slickness. The shine is basically matte, or rather non-existent. It doesn't take away, it doesn't make your hair dull. They do have these like little crystals in there. These like, I forgot what they're called, like micro crystals, something like that. But they're meant to like basically act kind of like glitter, not really like glitter like sparkles or glitter in your hair, but like it adds a little bit of shine, which is just enough to make your hair look as though it doesn't have product in it. The hold is like, yeah, kind of strong, not too shabby. Like it's like a medium light either way still though, in comparison to other water-based pomades. Endurance was actually a lot better than what I expected, and restylability in the terms of like styling a pompadour for comb and stuff, I wouldn't say so. Not so great, but overall, yeah, it's a good product. I mean, to be perfectly honest, if I was kind of forced to style with like a fiber pomade, like I wouldn't style a pompadour. I'll probably bring my taper upwards and actually fade it like from skin more, and then just like have my hair just like with my fingers like go backwards and just like have a slick back essentially. So I mean, if I was gonna have fiber pomade and I was wanting to style like a loose type of hairstyle, that's probably what I would do. But other than that, yeah, shit. In terms of products similar to this that you guys should also look into, I don't have it now, but I will in the future, because Admiral will also be releasing a fiber pomade. If you guys notice on the Instagram, they posted that a while back. So if you guys kept up to date with that, you guys would have seen that, and I will be reviewing that hopefully eventually, or being able to show you guys that. Other products I consider similar would be JS Sloan's medium weight, mostly because of like the texture of the product. Hold up. Yeah, JS Sloan's medium weight, and shoot, so did not prepare for this. And honestly, just definitely just a regular superior hold, the original product, because I mean, there's actually not many other products compared to this, not until I get a few more fiber pomades under my belt. So hope you guys got something from the review, and other than that, take care.